Now we want to move on to some of the cuts. UFC
Big one.
announced
Should I cry
last
now or
night.
cry later?
The soldier of God. This is for Jesus. I'm gay for Jesus.
Yeah. You don't want to know.
You don't want to
You
know?
don't want to know.
I don't give. So, Yoel Romero, frig this guy. Does that?
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay, he's apparently, what, 45?
That's what he
Well,
says, but he's probably
He's
25.
probably 55. He's probably 55. Look at the way that guy looks. He is the freak of nature. Great wrestler, Olympic wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Wars.
Cuban
with,
freestyle.
silver medalist in the Olympics.
Right.
Yeah.
Wars with Robert Whittaker. Never quite got that title. One of my
Fucking-
favorite fights of 2019
My
was,
opinion, he beat Costa 2 rounds to win.
I think so, too. That was a great fight, though.
A great fight, great fight.
That was an awesome
Not
fight.
taken away from Costa, but I think
was a great
Romero
card,
won,
that card.
won that fight.
That was
Yeah.
a great card, that card.
Yeah, he had 3 fight of the night performances and wasn't
44.
finished in any of
He's
his
listed at
losses.
44. He did recently win that lawsuit with whatever that supplement company was, and he just like pocketed like $30 million in his bank account. And his fighting style switched a little bit since that came around.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's like probably heard like, oh yeah, it's Izzy Adesanya and Yoel Romero. What I'm gonna finally watch these guys, hear all about these guys, and they watched that fight. They probably were disappointed. As
So
fuck.
it's like, who was it? The boxer. This is probably Jody's Marvin Hagler. You can't hit the streets if you're sleeping in satin sheets.
Right.
right,
Something along those lines.
Right, The problem with Yoel Romero, he had his last title fight, and that was pretty much said before the fight. This is it, right? This is your last chance to get a shot at the title, and he did nothing in that fight, right? And I think, like I said, theme of the episode, I think he's too good to be a gatekeeper. Like, you don't want to put him up against a young up-and-comer, and he beats him. He's going to beat him. Like, he's better than most of those
But I
young
mean,
guys.
if he's been fighting that style where he stalls and doesn't want to press the
I
action
think
anymore.
Dana was really upset with him after the Adesanya fight.
Yeah.
At 44 years old, not going to give him another title shot, and he's too good to be a gatekeeper. Why keep
You
him?
don't think he's running from USADA?
No. He would have been caught by now.
I mean, because I think you keep him because he puts on great fights. You know.
But if he starts banging out your guys that you want to
Right.
build up, like you don't want that to happen.
Right.
You know, if he sits there and he fights a Darren Till,
Yeah, because he's not getting the title.
If Marvin Vittori, he'll faces him. He beats the shit out of Vittori. What's that going to do for your division?
And if you're trying to bump, let Izzy go up to 205 and do some work and stuff like that. You know.
He's just a roadblock. And how much does he want to fight anymore?
Yeah.
Like, do you think he's going to go? He might not go anywhere to fight anywhere. He might never fight again.
So where does he
Well,
go?
that's the thing. What's the next? I mean, is he move to a Bellator or something like that?
Bellator says they're out of business of old fighters. I mean, they passed on Silva.
Yeah,
they
but there's
passed
a
on
clear
Purdue.
difference between this and Anderson Silva.
Is there?
I think there is.
How so?
I just don't think. I think Yoel can still put out if he wants. But like you said, like what's the motivation going to be?
But answer me this: if you put Yoel Romero on a marquee, or you put Anderson Silva on a marquee, which one's going to sell more seats, tickets, or whatever? Obviously, we're not going nowhere, but you know what I mean.
At this point, I think
You
Yoel
think,
would.
you think that name's going to draw more? No way. No way. Trust me. I know
I mean,
a lot of. I know
maybe
a
it's
lot
because
of,
I watch MMA a lot and I just don't care to see Anderson Silva.
No, me and you.
I would rather see
me
Yoel
and you will
fight.
watch any fight. Two people fight. We watch every terrible fight there is.
Yeah.
You know, we watch everything. But I know a lot of lapsed MMA fans or casual fans, and they have no idea who Yoel Romero
You
is.
get a takedown, they're booing.
They have no idea who Yoel Romero is. So
Yeah.
he's again, and all he's going to do, he's probably going to hurt your division because he's going to beat some guy you're going to try to build up. He's too good. He's too good to be a gatekeeper, and he had his last title shot and he did nothing.
Maybe he's done for good. Maybe he goes nowhere.
Again, at 45-year-old, you can't knock the guy. He's got the money. Hopefully, he gets that lawsuit money. You know,
Maybe it could be like he just doesn't want to fight too.
yeah, man, eat some croquetas on the beach.
I mean, like who else is there for him to fight? Like in that division,
I had
like
some croquetas
without.
yesterday. So fucking good.
Oh, sounds
I mean, do you see him as like a trainer or something like that? You open his own gym. I mean,
I could see that, or maybe doing something in Cuba. Maybe part of the Cuban wrestling team, coach like that.
it's so hard to understand him. He can't comment.
I want to go to the Cuba.
You don't wanna know.
Soldier of God.
You don't want to know.
It's good for Jesus.
Yeah.
It's good for Jesus.
Jesus follow you everywhere.
Well, do we expanding on this? You know,
He's a
Dana
fucking
says.
beast, though. That guy.
I mean, he is a monster.
Man, he's a statue.
Yeah.
Do we have any predictions on the other 60 fighters Dana looking to cut?
I don't. They have so many.
So should we start? Like, let's go by division.
Yes. Do you think they're all gonna be people we know?
Heavyweight.
Let's,
Who's one
let's
fight
look,
away?
Let's look at
Who-
a list off the top of my head.
Arlovsky. I think could
He
go.
just won.
Yeah, but
He
come on,
just
dude.
won.
That's just a bad look on Bozer. Like, if Arlovsky
Who
loses,
Gon? That's probably Gon's best win, by the way.
yeah.
in
Look,
Boza.
look. If Arlovsky loses another fight, can him. I think he's done.
Heavyweight.
Arlovsky.
But I mean, they are fighting non-sequential.
I mean, Arlovsky is
JD,
number
hey, if
15.
JDS loses this fight,
he's not going anywhere.
you don't think so?
No, like I don't think anybody on that list is going anywhere. They have like 5,000 fighters.
I mean, they
So
had
they
Walt
cut 60
Harris working the desk recently.
Yeah, he could be one of those to be leaving. He's on the way out anyway. He's already, but they have so many
Yeah, but I
fighters.
think Walt Harris could be more competitive than Arlovsky.
What I'm saying is they have so many fighters on their roster. They can cut 60 and you don't even fucking know it.
Right.
It could be a bunch of people you never even fucking heard of.
Right.
They could trim the fat and you don't even know.
Felice
As far as
Herrig.
names,
Felice Herrig's a good one.
Felice Herrig, probably something that could end up going. But most of the time, the people that get cut aren't ranked. Like you're not gonna cut the 7th ranked person.
No.
Maybe Arlovsky. I could see I'd understand Arlovsky.
That's what I'm saying. Like he won, but if he loses, like if he takes another L,
he's gonna fight that often either. So when's the next time you're gonna fight?
I mean, there's a lot there. Like,
I mean, I think they probably end up keeping most of the female fighters because
that division is
they don't have
deep.
they don't have the depth.
Right. But I thought
OSP might be someone there.
OSP.
I honestly thought Mike Perry might get the cut because he's missing weight.
He's too excited.
He's too many eyeballs. There's too
Robbie
many
Lawler could be a loss away.
No, I don't. His name still sells. See,
I
I
don't know
think
at this
you'll
point,
see a
to be
guy
honest
like
with you.
Michael Chiesa who gets demoted, or Damian Maya get kicked out of there before you see a guy like Robbie Lawler.
Damian Maya could, yeah.
Yeah, he could get it.
I could see
Tyron Woodley, he's basically gone. Let's just call him gone.
I could see with a Dominic Cruz loss, since they like to work him so much on the booth.
Well, I think Cruz is kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out anyway. Same thing with Felder.
I don't really like him as a commentator either, though. Sometimes.
Yes and no.
Sometimes he's okay. Sometimes he doesn't own up to his bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Diego out?
Diego's gone.
Diego's gone.
He wants one more. Diego kind of said he wants
It's
one
like you
more
were
fight.
saying earlier, Shogun's out.
Shogun one's got to go for sure. But he's even ranked. He's not even ranked, is he?
No, but he's done.
Yeah. Like I don't think there's not between ranked.
Faber, Uriah Faber,
Is
one
he
of my
retired?
favorite fighters of all
Isn't he
time. But
retired?
Be out.
he's not retired. He's still in the rankings.
And they kind of talked about, is he?
There's something about him and Dillashaw. I mean, Dillashaw kind of wanted it though, but
We'll talk more about Dillashaw. Where's he at in the rankings?
I know that
Faber.
I think that if
I don't think
He
Faber's
would
ranked.
be in what, lightweight?
No, he's up
Faber's
top.
bantam.
He'd be 135.
Yeah, he's
ranked.
bantam.
He's not ranked.
I thought he was in top 15. They must have moved
Who's
it around.
Marlon Vera fighting?
Last time I checked, Marlon Vera is fighting
Aldo.
Aldo. Yeah,
Aldo's one that might be on the chopping block soon.
I think Aldo's gonna beat Vera.
If he loses to Marlon Vera,
He's
what
not
you do with him?
I think he'll beat Vera.
I'm trying to get these. I know who's one big name that I think's on the chopping block? Leon Edwards. I could see Leon Edwards getting cut, and he's the guy that would go to Bellator because he's not washed. But I think his beefs with the UFC and the whole drama they've been going through, he's gonna be like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking for a big name, clickbaity type name that can get cut from UFC, I think Leon Edwards is the guy that could be.
I think if Reem loses, he won't get cut, but he'll quit. He'll retire.
I don't know. Is he ever gonna retire?
But yeah,
Anthony Pettis is a guy that might be one loss away.
Anthony Pettis as well.
But other than that, a lot of these guys. Yeah, a lot of these guys. L.I. Quintus kind of 1 foot out. He's still in that real estate up there in, was it in New York or the Jersey Shore? That same area.
Both, maybe.
Yeah. He said some shit. He tweeted something about. He's funny. He's a funny follow.
I mean, I'm looking at
I'm
looking at Claudia Gagella.
The women, man. There's not that many.
Yeah,
of them.
but like she's fucking taking L's left and right.
Yeah, you need people to take L's though too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the karate hottie getting cut. She's not.
She won her last fight.
Did she?
Yeah.
She beat Angela Hill in decision.
Yeah.
Lose by
I don't agree with that, but she did. She got the
It was
win.
close.
The judges just hate Hill. I don't know. I had Hill winning that fight.
But I can see the karate hottie. Cowboy.
Yeah, Cowboy.
I think more because Dana cares about him.
Yeah.
Like
No
he'll
way.
do like
That
Liddell
guy
treatment.
fights every 6 weeks.
But even he was talking about on his way out. He was mentioning a little bit like I don't have this.
Well, he just
this is my
recently
last
said
run.
he had a post. This is my last run at 155.
Right. And
He's not competing.
I mean,
with
maybe
Todd,
that was
man.
his plan. Is like, I'm just gonna fight as much as I can for the next 16 months. 18 months.
But when he was talking about Diego Sanchez, Dana specifically said Cowboy Cerrone. Like these guys, you start thinking about when do I tell them to step away. So I think Cowboy's a guy who you might have to he might be gone.
Yeah.
And then with Bellator and with this new business plan with these young fighters, I don't know if these guys are gonna have a home.
But look at these other guys. Like you got Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. Loser's gone.
Yes. Yeah. And those are the type of guys that can go.
Court McGee gone. Like you lost Carlos Condit.
But their roster is so deep. Alex Caceres is a guy that could probably get into being cut.
He just won though, didn't he?
Yeah, he beat Chase Hooper.
Yeah.
But I still think he's the type of guy that can be end up going. Yeah, but they can cut 60 people and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.